Albert Einstein is born in Ulm, Germany, on March 14, 1879, the son of a Jewish electrical engineer. Einstein's special and general relativity theories profoundly influenced human knowledge of the cosmos, and his work in particle and energy theory paved the way for quantum mechanics and, eventually, the atomic bomb. Before we start our story, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and don't forget to like the videos so that you're always updated on my new uploaded videos. Albert Einstein was born to Jewish parents Hermann and Pauline Einstein, née Kook, in Ulm on March 14, 1879. In order to prepare for school, he began taking private instruction in 1884. In October 1895, Einstein took his entrance tests for the Genoessische Polytechnische Schule, later known as ETH, in Zurich. At early October 1896, he graduated from high school and enrolled in the Genoessische Polytechnische Schule with the goal of becoming a mathematics and physics teacher. 1905 the search for work went on. He supplemented his income by providing private math and physics lessons. Around the same period, Albert Einstein, Maurice Solovine, and Konrad Habicht founded the Bernese Academie Olympia. This organization benefited Einstein's career, and he remained a loyal member even after relocating to the United States. In January 1902, Lia Zerl was born in Hungary, the daughter of Einstein and Mileva Merrick, a former classmate. It was determined that Einstein had an illegal child after private letters indicating this child were recovered a few years back. Despite both of their families' wishes, he married Mileva Merrick on January 6, 1903. Hans Albert, Einstein's first son, was born in May 1904, and Edward, Einstein's second son, was born in July 1910. Einstein applied for a job at the Bernese Patent Office in December 1901, and was hired, first on a probationary basis, thanks to the intervention of a former classmate, Marcel Grossman. Despite the demands of his employment, he made time to expand his theoretical physics knowledge. He produced 4 seminal papers in the scientific journal Annuländer Physik in the same year, which changed physics around the turn of the century. 3 of the papers will be briefly mentioned here. In his first paper, on a heuristic point of view concerning the production and transformation of light, Einstein claimed that electromagnetic radiation must be made up of quantums or photons. Physicists, including Max Planck, the father of modern physics, initially ignored this idea, despite the fact that it might explain a variety of phenomena, including the photoelectric effect. However, it was subsequently proven and adopted by him. The Nobel Prize in Physics was granted to Einstein in 1921 for this discovery, which formed the foundation for quantum theory. Based on the constancy of the speed of light and the principle of relativity, which asserts that absolute motion determination is impossible, it led to a novel interpretation of the concept of space and time. Toward the end of 1906, he published Planck's theory of radiation and the theory of specific heat, which is considered the first publication on quantum theory of the solid state. Einstein's famous equation. In April 1906, Einstein was promoted to technical expert, second class, at the Bern Patent Office. With his habilitation, things did not go so smoothly. In German-speaking countries, a thesis that must be submitted in order to be considered for a post at the university professorial level. In early 1908, however, he was successful, and by the end of the year, he had delivered his first lecture. In October 1909, Einstein resigned from the patent office and began working as a Außerordentlicher Professor, adjunct professor, of theoretical physics at the University of Zurich the following month, having decided that he wanted to devote his entire life to science. In 1911, Einstein was offered a position as a professor at a German university in Prague, which he accepted. He returned to Switzerland 1 year later after being offered a professorial job at the ETH. Max Planck and physical chemist Walther Nernst, impressed by Einstein's achievements, attempted to entice the young Einstein to Berlin, which was then a powerhouse of natural sciences. They intended to induct him into the Prussian Academy of Sciences, offer him a professorial position at Berlin University with no teaching responsibilities, and appoint him as the director of the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute of Physics, which had yet to be formed. Einstein was so enthralled by this prospect that he grabbed it and moved to Berlin with his family in April 1914. Because he was unwilling to maintain his marriage, Einstein and Mileva divorced in February 1919. Despite his busy schedule, Einstein made time to perform music. He adored Bach and Mozart and dedicated himself to honing his violin talents. From 1909 until 1916, Albert Einstein worked on a generalization of his special theory of relativity. In March 1916, he revealed the findings of his studies in the publication The Foundation of the General Theory of Relativity. This theory investigates the effects of gravitational fields on time and space, as well as coordinating systems that experience relative acceleration. Einstein, for his general theory of relativity, anticipated the perihelion motion of Mercury, the gravitational redshift, and the deflection of light in a gravitational environment. He was sure that during a total solar eclipse, light deflection by the sun's gravitational field may be noticed. After several false total solar eclipse sightings, English astronomer Arthur Stanley Eddington witnessed a total solar eclipse on the volcanic island of Principe in the Gulf of Guinea in Western Africa in 1919, confirming Einstein's prediction of light deflection. Lawrence Albert Einstein addressed a postcard to his mother a few days later, on September 27. Today's news is fantastic. Now, Einstein's theory of relativity was a hot topic. On the other hand, Einstein and his theory of relativity have been the object of anti-Semitic slurs since 1920. Nobel laureates such as Philipp Lenard and Johannes Stark publicly opposed Einstein and his theory, calling for a German physics. Optic, Electrostatic, and the Beginnings of Electrodynamic, Volume 3. 6 cover Einstein's mother died in Berlin in February 1920. Volume 2, Deutsche Physik, Philipp Lenard, 1936-1937, Magnetism, Electrodynamics, and the Beginnings of Further Physics. Einstein joined the League of Nations International Committee on Intellectual Cooperation in 1922, but withdrew a year later while supporting the League of Nations goals. Einstein was also offered the position of President of Israel in November 1952, but he declined. Einstein experienced a heart problem in 1928 as a result of his overwork, which took him nearly a year to recover from. He built a vacation residence in the municipality of Capeth after his 50th birthday in 1929, where he and his family resided each year between spring and late autumn until December of 1932. From 1920 onwards, Einstein worked on a unified field theory that would incorporate not just gravitation but also electrodynamics.